You are watching CIO TV by Enterprise IT World, a production of Accent Infomedia.
Hello and welcome to CIO TV.live. We keep on speaking to the stakeholders of IT and cybersecurity industry and try to understand the market opportunity and the challenges and try to give whatever information, knowledge as possible to the audience. Today, I have Mr. Sammy Zoghlami. He is Senior Vice President for MEA at Nutanix. Sammy, thank you very much for taking time out and speaking to CIOTV.live.
It's a pleasure, and thanks for having me, Sanjay.
Thank you, Sammy. Sammy, very straightforward question to you. How is Middle East market or Middle East region doing for Nutanix from the business point of view?
Well, Middle East is a very special region for us at Nutanix. It's been a very successful region, fast growing for us for many, many years. I think it was our 8th participation to GITEX where we met a few weeks ago, and you can see the entire market is booming. No surprise, considering the amount of investment that goes into digitalization and providing more and more services to end users. So it's definitely an area of success for Nutanix, an area where we invest a lot. And it's also very well suited to what we offer with our cloud platform, because customers want to have fast IT. They want hybrid multi-cloud, they want self-service, they want automation, they want high security in their infrastructure. And we bring all of that, so it's a perfect fit for us.
So what use cases drive adoption of Nutanix technology?
Well, the type of use case we bring mostly are the cloud platforms. So customers either want to implement cloud platforms on-prem in their data center, and they want to do it in a very fast way with not weeks and months of integration. They want to deliver the service fast. That's the number one use case. Then the second level of cloud platform, which is a hybrid multi-cloud platforms, is when customers are starting to use multiple cloud providers and they mix on-prem and public cloud all together to run their application and data. And that's a market in Middle East that is very ready for that. All customers are asking for that ability to move applications and data easily from a cloud to another, and to keep control of the cost and control in terms of compliance and security. This is precisely where we're going and what we are offering. That's why there is so much demand for Nutanix on that market. Now, what's been also notable in the last few years is beyond generalist cloud platforms, we see a deeper interest into Nutanix platforms to run databases. And we know we have a lot of features to run databases on our platforms and to automate all the tasks that are necessary to manage databases, deploy them, upgrade them, remove them. And we offer it on our platform on a multi-cloud world, but also with different flavors of databases, from open source to proprietary databases. So that's a new trend that we see a lot more databases running on Nutanix, up to the point that is now the first workload running on Nutanix worldwide.
Sammy, you have got DR as a service. What use cases drive adoption of Nutanix technology point of view?
We can do very cool stuff on DR. Obviously, there's a very traditional way of doing it, which is to have a site A for production and DR on site B, and we bring all the automation to failover. But we also do it from on-prem platforms to public cloud platforms. So with Nutanix, customers can have a DR strategy without having a data center for DR. So they don't need to have all that heavy investment before being able to do a DR. It's very well suited in those times where customers are really looking at the spend a lot more. They want to reduce their investments. So if they can have that flexibility to spin up an environment in public cloud when they need it, only in the case of disaster recovery, then it's a very appealing value proposition. But we also see customers that are geographically distributed, and it's really hard to do DR for all their platforms. And that's where the public cloud providers with all their regions and zones available can provide DR points for them. But you just need that technology that allows the DR to be feasible between on-prem and public cloud. And that's the role we play in this.
Sammy, channel partners are very key drivers to any organizational growth as far as IT is concerned. What is your approach to the partnerships?
Well, first, we value partners. We understand the value they bring to customers and to us. They understand the way of doing things at our customers because they know them for a long period of time, most of the time. So they know their processes, their habits, and the constraints that they have to take into account. Mm-hmm. Secondly, they are the integration point between our technology and other technologies. And we know that you don't build the whole IT just with Nutanix. You need a lot of different technologies. And that integration point is very important. So for that reason, since the beginning of Nutanix, we've been 100% indirect. So there's 0% direct business, even though we are shifted from an appliance company to a software subscription company. And you can see that a lot of subscription companies start to take some direct business, especially on the renewal of subscriptions, where the customer is already using the technology and the renewal is a fairly low friction kind of sale. Some vendors are taking this business direct. And for us, we are also keeping all that business indirect, which means a lot more complexity on our side to integrate all our processes and the automation to manage renewals through partners. But we did that investment because we believe in the value that partners are bringing to us. And we take care of our partners as much as we take care of our customers.
There is another M&A happening in the your space, right? Your competition. So that's to be very specific. VMware is about to be acquired by Broadcom. So how does this acquisition impact Nutanix?
Well, I think in a way, that acquisition is creating more reflection on the customer side, on the partner side, that they do need to make sure they have dual vendor strategy, at least dual or even more, but they need to have options. And I think that need for options has always been there. Customers don't want to have one vendor and a lock-in from vendors. Unfortunately, in certain situations, they are in that state, but they want to get out of it. So since we exist, we are offering options to customers. With Nutanix, you can choose the hardware you want, you can choose the hypervisor you want, you can use the security appliances you want, you can use the orchestration layer you want, the public cloud you want, and we make it easy to go from an option to another. Even though in certain areas we offer our own product, you don't have to take our own products on each layer of the stack. And we need to make it easy for customers to use Nutanix, whether you use full stack Nutanix or a mix of Nutanix and other products from other vendors. So I think it's accelerating that situation on the market. The reflection It does not change how we approach it and what options we offer to customers. We've always facilitated migrations, and we like to remove lock-in not only on infrastructure players, but also from cloud players, database players, and others. A few years ago, we had a motto for our customers, which was freedom of choice, and is still the case. This is what we offer to customers, simplicity and freedom of choice.
Sammy, these days, there has been a lot of focus on artificial intelligence, not only the IT community, non-IT community, even politicians are also talking about artificial intelligence. So how can Nutanix help enterprises with their AI projects?
Well, there's two areas where we help. First, the architecture we propose based on HCI, which allows customers to easily deploy cloud platforms on the edge, centrally on-prem and in public cloud, and manage all of it as one. That's exactly the type of architecture that needs to be deployed and managed to run AI workloads. We know there's going to be acquisition of data and processing of functions at the edge. We're going to train the models on-prem in the private cloud most of the time. And we're going to have some relation with public cloud where we're going to do some specific analysis and use some specific services. And we need to run all of it as one with a lot of automation in the task to manage infrastructure, but also with a need to control security, compliance, and costs. So in terms of the architecture needed, that's where we help. For us, AI is just another workload in some way. We'll have a very high demand on infrastructure, and customers need to be ready to host this kind of workload. And in most cases, they are not. So there's a lot of work ahead on the infrastructure side to be able to leverage the AI opportunity for our customers. The second way we help is we simplify for customers who don't have a lot of skills and the ability to build an entire AI team with a lot of engineering power. We've simplified the deployment of large language models with some validated design that we call GPT in a box. GPT in a box is us assessing the market and the options available on the market in the open source models. And we have put together what we consider best-in-class stack to deliver the AI function to the business. So we can advise customers, show how the stack is built, deploy it for them if they want. And we can also discuss variation of that design with them.
We have got another 2 quarters to go. So what are we expecting from Nutanix? Any specific launch you're making on any specific announcement that the industry can expect out of you?
Yeah, I think we'll carry on our project Beacon, which is to deliver same experience for customers when they build application, same tooling, same way to build the application and manage it, regardless of the cloud that they use. This is a big journey. This is a lot of engineering work to make it seamless to build, deploy, manage applications in the same way, whether it's Azure, AWS, on-prem, or even on the edge. And we have a lot of work to do that. So that means a lot of our modules that we bring, like, for example, the database management module, will be natively available into public cloud providers. And we're going to build all the rest of the tooling to deliver on the vision, because that's a multi-year vision. One of the most exciting announcement we did at our .next a few months ago was a multi-cloud snapshot. Mm-hmm. You know, it sounds like a feature, but it enables a lot of things. Because Once you can do multi-cloud snapshots, then you can suddenly do replications from a cloud to another. So imagine you can do replication from Azure to AWS to on-prem. You can do DR if you want, or you can do a copy of your environment or a portion of your environment to deploy somewhere else. So suddenly cloud platforms become resources and you manage things above this. And this is really new in the industry. So that's going into the direction that we want with Project Beacon.
Okay, all right then. Thank you very much for taking time out and speaking to CIOTV.live. I'll say stay safe and keep engaging with us and like-minded media to share your views so that the audience can learn from your experience in the market. Thank you, Sammy.
Thank you. Have a good day.